Okay, we are live.
Okay, we'll call the Village of Mount Sterling Council meeting for July 26th, 2021 to order. Roll call.
David,
Here.
Melanie,
Here.
Craig,
Here.
Becky,
Here.
Jay,
Here.
Andy,
Here.
all's present.
Dave, would you like to lead us prayer tonight?
Lord, thank you for this beautiful day you brought to us today, Lord. And Lord, be with our village tonight and be with our council and mayor as we make decisions for our citizens. And Lord, be with the people tonight that have illness with the virus and touch them tonight and help with them, Lord. In Jesus' wonderful name, amen.
Amen.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from July 12th, 2021 council meeting, water wastewater work session held on July 19th, 2021, and a special meeting held on July 19th, 2021.
You have that motion? Second?
David, Jay,
Roll call.
David,
Yes.
Melanie,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Andy.
Yes.
For mayor's report, I just have a couple of things. One, Hammer Time has asked if we could, again, take a motion to approve them closing the alleyways for their poker runs. And they have a special event on August 22nd. Currently, the only poker run they have scheduled right now is this Saturday between 2 and 3. The motorcycles are only here for about 45 minutes. And they close the back alley. August 22nd, she said, is a scavenger hunt. It's an all-day event, so they'll be scattered about all day. She did want everyone to know that the poker run and this event on August 22nd are all fundraisers. They don't, get any money other than any of the things that they sell within inside the bar. But, so I'm asking for her, Dee, if we could have that motion.
I'll give you that.
Can I have a question
Yeah.
real quick? August the 22nd is both the poker run and the scavenger hunt? They're both on the
No,
same day?
No, poker run is this Saturday.
Oh,
Is that the
that's right.
31st?
You said that.
Yes.
Poker run is the 31st?
Yeah.
And then this is scavenger.
Is August 22nd.
Okay.
Okay, so I believe Andy made the motion.
Yep.
Is there a second?
Second.
Craig? Roll call?
Okay, let me see, who wasn't prepared. Melanie,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Andy,
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Okay. Another thing I have that came across the desk is more information in regards to Ohio Department of Development relief grants for small businesses, including restaurants, food and beverage establishments, entertainment venues, lodging operations, and new businesses which opened during 2020. The grant submissions are due July 31st. I would say if anybody has or knows of anybody that wants to look into that. I mean, that means you'd have to have it, by Friday, turned in by Friday. And it looks like what I got it from is Heritage Ohio, but I imagine if you went on the State of Ohio's website, that you could find that information if anybody's interested in that. Also, I was approached by Amanda Hampton. She works for the county. She's the Prevention Services Manager, and I've worked with her on many events. They have an organization or a group, I guess, within the organization called the We Care Coalition. And what they do is they talk about different prevention services. Last year, they wanted to come around to the different communities and have what they called a community conversation, where they just talked about the programming that they do, and they would have like a panel of people that would set up, and then they would give a presentation and you could ask the panel questions about prevention. She wanted to know about having it here at Village Hall or the community center, so I told her I would ask her first. It would last about 90 minutes. There would be 3 30-minute breakout sessions, and that people could attend and a 45-minute panel, so I don't know how that adds up to more than an hour and a half, but when I was looking at it today, I didn't realize that they were going to do breakout sessions, and we really don't have the place, I don't think, to do breakout sessions, but she was really interested in having the council be there, so we could either have it here, we could have it, ask
Megan.
if we could have it at the community center. She's looking at two different dates, September 23rd or October 7th, from 6 to 7:30. Any thoughts on that?
What are we preventing?
It's
prevention,
like,
I wanna make sure.
It's drug and alcohol
Gotcha. Well, I'll make sure I'm
abuse and
following
that
it.
sort of thing,
Okay.
yes.
Prevention, like,
Mhm.
what are we preventing? Okay.
And I think they also touch on suicide prevention as well.
I think it'd be a good idea for everybody, because the way the drug problem and stuff, it'd be good to have something like that.
Yeah, it says right here, prevention, treatment, and support efforts for substance use and mental health wellness in Madison County.
So were you gonna ask Megan first, or?
Well, I wanted to ask the council if they were interested in having it here, and if not, then I was gonna go ahead and talk to Megan, so,
I think you could have it here.
huh?
I think you could have it here.
I mean, we could have people set up out in the lobby if they wanted to have any kind of displays or anything, but she would really like council to be here.
Sure.
So would that have to be
Good
a
luck.
special meeting, or would we just, would it be like?
You said mention about breakouts, like breakout sessions. Is that what she plans, like different categories where she's gonna need separate rooms?
Yeah, that's the only thing. I don't know if she would, that's what it says on here.
Or they could just have separate little areas, like if they just needed a table, like, you know, right there, here.
Yeah, and one out in the lobby area maybe,
Yeah, it'd be really nice.
okay?
And we also have a couple, or the empty office.
So this would be something available to the public.
Yes.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to have a special, because you guys aren't, on behalf of the village, you're not calling a meeting on behalf of that.
Right, okay,
Just participating probably in the
We're just-
program.
okay. Anybody else have any comments? Do you think we want to try to have it here?
I think it'd be a good idea.
You guys wanna
It's
make
so
a-
far out, we can shift it around and post on the website if we had to.
Yeah. So September 23rd or October 7th, both are Thursday evenings.
I'd prefer the 7th.
October
Personally.
7th, anyone else?
That sounds good to me.
You guys wanna make a motion to allow the event to happen here on October the 7th?
Sure, I'll make a motion to allow the We Care Coalition to assemble here on October the 7th.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call?
Craig,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Andy,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Melanie.
Yes.
Motion was carried.
That's what I have for right now. That takes us to President Pro Tem report. Jay?
All right, thank you. Just real quick and short, yeah, we've had meetings and stuff going on and, just different topics, especially of ordinances, in regards to, parking of motor vehicles. We've had those meetings, discussions. And really, all I really want to bring up about that is what I encourage is the community to still keep getting involved, show up to these meetings. If there's something going on, that's what we really want. We don't want to just be a group of people that's making all the decisions, but we want to be a representation of the village, which means we're all part of the team, same team. We want to have good discussions involving the community. So we invite, every time there's a meeting, we invite the community. Every time there's a special meeting, invite the community. Every committee, please attend. We need voices out there. We need to know what's going on. And it helps us to navigate, and all that fun stuff. So, again, just still being a voice to saying, I just encourage the community to still get involved, show up to meetings, discuss, and be blunt about it. We like to know what's going on, so that's all I got to report.
Okay. Public comment, we have Melissa Loria from 76 West Main Street.
Name again? Alyssa?
Yes.
Alyssa, is it Alyssa?
Melissa.
Melissa.
In regards to parking violations on owned property and proposed ordinances regarding such. So Melissa, we usually allow about 3 minutes.
But just basically, kind of leading into what Jay was just talking about, we are one of the homeowners that is concerned about what that's gonna bring up and the burden that it's gonna place on us to try to be able to live in the community respectfully as we feel that me and my husband have. And so I just trying to understand what that ordinance is, when it was enacted, when it was noticed to the public, if it's new, all of those pieces, and I don't know if you can answer that within my statement, but just letting you know that it's causing really a lot of stress to me and my husband to try to figure out how to abide by these town ordinances, that maybe they were in place and we weren't aware. I have tried to find on the website where these ordinances are, because we certainly want to live within, but it's either difficult to navigate, not posted, or, you know, like I said, it's confusing for that communication, and I certainly want to be a voice for the community. I'm the only one here, but the fact is that it's going to do a lot of undue burden to me and my husband to try to live within those constraints. So I just want to know more about it. I see there's a report on the agenda, so maybe I'll learn more then, but I certainly want a clean and polite community, but, you know, like I said, my husband and I we feel very respectfully in town, and it's just really going to be challenging for us.
I have a question.
Yes.
I am the chair of the nuisance and abatement. I'm not sure in your statement what you're speaking about, what your issue is. Do you have a boat in your yard? Do you have extra cars in your yard? What is your issue?
So we do have quite a number of vehicles. My husband is a truck driver, and they're parked in our property, not on the street.
But in your yard?
On our property. Some of them are overflowing to the yard, not all of them. We have a large patch of concrete that the majority of our things can be parked on. You know, we're willing to try and, like, already had plans to put gravel down, for instance, but now my husband was told that that's not going to be acceptable anymore. And, you know, like I said, I understand that all of our vehicles move. They can drive away from their own spot. They're not abandoned. They're used. We have a few. And so it looks like clutter maybe. But again, we're trying to figure out how to work within that means and, you know, be able to live here without concern of tickets or towing or things like that, so that my husband can, you know, have his livelihood.
His livelihood is repairing cars?
No, he's a truck driver.
And so he needs several vehicles? Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
yes, primarily the trucks. He has 2 trailers. He has a semi-truck. All of that, again, is parked in our driveway. The other trailer is for the most part, I think one leg is on grass, but the rest of it is parked in the drive, so.
What's her address again?
76 West Main.
We do have some work trucks that are also there. We have a dump truck, and we have, you know, it's called the bucket truck. I don't know what the proper name is. So those are all things that we use to manage our property, to help others, you know, that we know, not for necessarily for hire.
What I would suggest, like Jay touched on, is coming to a nuisance and abatement meeting if you want, and then we can answer more specific questions there. We have found a lot of different ordinances that touch a little bit on that, and we're trying to clean those ordinances up to make them a little user-friendly. And that should be probably coming to council in a couple of weeks. But you're sure are welcome. We have our meetings the first Wednesday at 3:30.
Yeah, it's August 4th.
It's already on my calendar. Someone had told my husband, I'm sorry to interject again, someone had told my husband that's going to be voted on, and that within 48 hours, things would be starting to be delivered, meaning tickets, cards being started to, and I don't know if I didn't know if it was this meeting, if it was going to be after that meeting, when the vote was going to occur. And again, just knowing more about it, where can I find that information so that we can clearly understand it?
Well, it wouldn't be posted, I'm sorry to interject, it wouldn't be posted on the website, because it hasn't been passed legislation, so.
But there is legislation that refers to it in 2010 and again in 2018. That's what I said when we were trying to clean it up, because there's probably too many spots to look at it. So we're going to try to make it really clear and really crystal clear.
Okay. Thank you. That takes us to executive session, which we have none, and sheriff's report. Mr. Kaufman for Mr. Dill. And,
No,
okay, all right.
he's just,
Yeah.
Deputy Kaufman, Mascot County Sheriff's Office. We've had 6 animal complaints, 1 breaking and entering attempted, 1 custody dispute, 1 dog bite, 2 domestic disputes, 1 drunk, unconscious person ×2, 1 fight, 1 outside fire, 2 fireworks complaints, 6 juvenile complaints, 3 mental complaints, 1 narcotics complaint, 6 neighbor disputes, 2 OBI drivers, 2 property damage calls, 5 recovered property calls, 2 suicide threats calls, 6 suspicious vehicles, 2 theft calls, 4 threats and harassment, 8 traffic stops, 2 unwanted guests, 1 vandalism, 1 vehicle crash, non-injured hit skip, 20 violation ordinances for Mount Sterling, 1 violation of court order, 1 welfare check, 1 wanted person. These are from 6/28/2021 to 7/26/2021.
Anybody have any questions, or?
Here's more, but they're not very relevant.
One thing I want to bring up over on Rosewood and Temple, there's been seems like about around 3:30, we have a lot of speeders going through there. I don't know if they're taking a shortcut on account of that detour, but I'd like to see it get checked out, if it's cause, and I appreciate it if you could.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
3:30?
Yes, sir.
Monday through Friday?
Yeah, and normally it's from between 3:30 and 4:45, and I think they're taking that shortcut so you don't have to go through all the detouring. And some of them are going wide open, going through that stop sign.
So we know the stop signs.
Okay.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you. Law Director report, I haven't got anything from him. Utilities, Misty.
That report was from 6/26, right?
2/7.
7/21.
So about a month.
That's a lot. I just want to remind people that we do have a deputy. The water department cannot help you with your emergencies. And we've had, I don't know what, 3 of them the past month,
Oh, yeah.
and that's just people that walked in, so. Call the dispatcher, please. If I could help, I would, but I can't. You hear them, it's, anyway, I know Courtney hears them too. Just to touch base on the delinquency report, it is quite smaller than it was before. We have 3 accounts that, I mean, they're on our delinquent report, but they're been approved to be paid by the county. So it's a little over $1,800. It takes once they get approved, it takes them a while to get the check, but nonetheless, we're so thankful. The money's still there. People that, that are in need or, just shortcoming of their bills, like, give them a call. They really help out people. And like I said, if we don't get our residents, if we don't receive it, they don't receive it, then somebody else will. So if in need, don't, just humble yourself and give them a call. I have all the information. Email me, call me, I can get you that info right away. And they do approve people pretty quickly. So that's the ones that have been approved. We have 12 shut-offs going on. We're having some trouble getting these shut off for multiple reasons. There's no curb stop, or a shut off. One shut off to an address shuts off the whole place. So the owners have been contacted. Wednesday we have a meter meeting to discuss how to rectify this issue. The guys have encountered some, what I consider and they consider, so does the mayor, some dangerous situations just with not being welcomed, people not letting them in, which the deputy will be assisting on some of these shut-offs so we can get into the home to reach it to our meter, to where we don't even know where the meter is located. So we will be also putting some pits out in the yard. We'll find their line with the help of Courtney contacting Ohio Rural or the county assistant somehow to find the line so we can create our own shut off outside. So There is a total of, like I said, 12 in the process, and that is a little over $3,800. So it's come a long way, from pages and pages down to this. There is a new ordinance out there that states, hopefully most people are aware of this, but if your bill's due, say on 7/15, it's not subject to shut off until 8/15. So everything that was due, say 6/15, it had to be paid no later than 7/15 with a penalty.
I thought shut-offs were always at the first of the month.
Not according to the new ordinance that was put into effect.
There's a new ordinance that changed the date.
Missy, is the delinquents being pretty well caught up now, though, or getting the,
It was the first.
Well, I was told it was the 15th.
Yeah, the 15th, late charges go on the 16th, and then they have till the last day of the month to make a payment, or the shut-offs are supposed to be the first of the month.
Okay,
Unless it changed, which
It shouldn't have.
I'm not on water anymore, but I didn't remember that happening.
We can look at that tomorrow
Okay.
and adjust it as
So
accordingly.
that was, I mean, I was told that's what took effect when there was no longer any 90 days.
Whatever's on the ordinances.
Oh, so you think they might have changed it to like 30 days from the due date for shut-off?
The following 15.
Okay.
We'll look at it tomorrow.
Okay.
and then on the delinquents, Missy, are we running pretty level on that now? Are we getting caught up, or?
Well, it's more caught up than I've seen it since I've been here.
Oh, that's a
The
good
lowest it's
sign.
ever been.
And you mentioned about the deputy, is some of the workers being threatening when they're getting ready to shut off the water?
No, I'm not threatening, I mean, per se, just, with the dogs not under control,
Okay,
just resistance,
okay.
I should say. But with, there's some of our meters that are inside, and that is the village's property, so, Jack is gonna be back, I think tomorrow, I'm not sure, but he's the one that has assisted the village workers on going into the homes to get that shut off.
Okay.
So it's not something that anybody wants to do. I mean, it's just about, like Melissa said, just about communication. It's, the guys hate doing it, and all of us do, but there's assistance out there. You just gotta work with us and, ask for it, that's all.
Anybody have any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
You're doing a good job.
And that takes us to zoning and building. I have nothing from Tom. Does anybody? Okay. And that takes us to fiscal officer reports.
Okay, so I did not get any questions over the weekend. If any council members have any questions, now is your time to speak. Again, we are halfway through the year, and probably your next committee meetings, I will be asking for budgets, so I know I voiced this at the last meeting. Please bring whatever committee that you're on, please bring some ideas of what you would like to see the budget for 2022, what you want to see in your committee to move forward. The reports that you have in front of you here are from July the 9th through July the 23rd. Everything looks great. I don't have any complaints on it. Revenues are where they're supposed to be. And you just heard that, again, just from our last meetings that we've held, is that's down significantly. So that really does help the revenues part. So again, general fund is above normal than what was budgeted for revenues. And appropriation statuses, we are below expenditures, so revenues are where they're at and expenditures are below, which is good. So I don't have any more than that. If anybody has any questions, please let me know.
Just one quick question. Have you seen anything come in from the most recent state budget that's been passed? There's been talk about, various state agencies spending money in and around the village.
Right.
I haven't seen
We haven't.
any communication at all saying
No.
they would be coming through. So nothing from your side either?
Yep.
Okay,
No, usually the the county auditor
would let us know.
would let us know.
Usually this is for like roads, water, that sort of stuff, and I haven't seen anything.
The only thing I've been tackling and working on is the grants.
Right.
So getting a hold of what grants are available, how much they are, when they're due, is what I've been working on. Okay, so I would ask for a motion for the appropriation status report, the approval of the revenue status report, the receipt listing report, the payment listing, the comparison of budget and appropriated, the cash summary by fund, and the reader report.
I'll make that motion.
Well, second.
Andy?
Yep.
Okay, Melanie?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Jay?
Yes.
Andy?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Okay, that takes us to committee reports. Finance, Andy?
It's been a short time since we've gotten together as a council last time, so I don't have anything really to report other than we continue, as I just asked Courtney, to keep an eye on other dollars which may be coming in the door we can use for typically earmarked things, or that there'll be projects like bridge closures that will impact the village. We don't know anything yet, but they will certainly be on the radar, and we'll continue on from there. We'll make the public know as soon as we find out. Thank you.
Pleasant Township, Melanie?
I have no report. Next meeting is August 2nd, 7 p.m.
Squad, Jay?
Nothing to report. Next meeting is August 11th, 8 PM over at the Squad Bay.
Fire, Craig?
I don't have a report, but our meeting's this Thursday, the 29th, at 8 o'clock.
Okay. And then water, wastewater, Craig?
I don't have a report. Our meeting is August the 4th at 9 a.m.
Alrighty. Street, Andy?
Nothing to report. In continually investigating questions and inquiries from residents. I have a couple of updates to have at the next meeting on that and request. Our next meeting, by the way, is August 4th at 8 a.m.
All right. Parks and Rec, Melanie?
Parks and Recs had a beautiful event at the park this weekend, if anybody was able to make it out. I want to thank Jeff. He worked his butt off getting that park tip-top shape. It was so beautiful. We hosted the Special Olympics. It was a great time watching all the athletes have a good time out there. It was just all around great event. There was a couple handicapped people that had issues with the Porta Johns being so far away, but I know we're working on things with that. This weekend is a busy weekend at the park. We have movie night Saturday night. We're going to watch Up. We got some bike helmets to give away. The sheriff's going to be there, give a quick report on some bike safety. We have some scooters we're going to give away, some bikes. So I hope everybody in the village can bring their kids out. It'll be a good time. And then Sunday is our food and flea market, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have Little Bear coming as our food truck. If anybody remembers, Little Bear was here for the Summer Jam. Very good sandwiches. So come on out to the park this weekend. We'll be there all weekend.
What time is the flea market?
It starts at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Yep, 9 to 3.
Okay, thank you. Record of retention, Andy?
We have not met and are in the process of confirming the dates with our committee members. Look for a posting on the website here momentarily.
Okay. Nuisance and abatement, Becky?
Yeah, we had one meeting, we had a few people in the village attend, and then we had another meeting just last Wednesday, and no one from the village attended, but we did talk about, as I mentioned earlier, cleaning up some of the existing ordinances in regards to vehicles, boats, motorcycles, trailers, campers in yards, and again, what they are allowed to be parked on if they are in, have to be on a hard service. And anyhow, so we were hoping to get that legislation brought and cleaned up tonight, but we weren't able to get that pushed through in time. Nothing's really going to change a lot on the existing ordinances other than cleaning up some of the wording and combining a couple ordinances. So, you know, we do welcome anyone to come and give their input, but at the end of the day, you know, every decision we make is just based on, you know, what we feel like is best for the village and to make the village look beautiful and appealing and attractive to new businesses and to new homes. And so all the decisions we make kind of revolve around that. But we welcome any input, of course. And our next meeting will be August the 4th at 3:30. And we will be issuing new beautiful house awards at that meeting. We have 3 right now that really beautiful, not house, yard, 3 really beautiful yards. There's so many in our community. I have had so many comments from people even out of town saying just how the downtown has never looked better. The yards, the parks, the gazebo area have just never looked better. All of our benches and flowers and things, people are noticing. So we do, again, want to honor more people who go the extra mile and really clean up their yards. And so we'll have 3 new winners next month. And that's all I have.
Okay. Safety Block Watch, David?
On the Safety and Block Watch, our next meeting will be the second Thursday in August at 4 p.m. And also, there's a new telephone scam. I want to bring this one up. They call you up and say you won $500, but you need to send in $975 to this fake address they have. And then they said to make sure it gets official, we need your account number to your checking account. For all reasons, it all has scam written all over it, because I had fun with it when they called my house. And I played along with it, and then I said, is this legit? They slammed the receiver in my ear, and I just want the citizens to be prepared for something like that. And another thing I want to bring up is for the citizens that haven't got your shots yet, get your shots, because I don't want to be wearing a mask again. I know that sometimes that it don't take too long and get those shots so we can all feel safe. And that's all I had to say.
Thank you. Planning zoning, Andy.
We continue to work through our backlog of requests. There are a lot of folks who are interested in putting up fences right now, building pools, decks, all that stuff. So we're working through the approvals and variances for those. And I guess our next meeting is not next week, but the week after, right? So it's every other
Yeah, August the 2nd.
August the 2nd at 6 p.m.
Oh,
No, it's
Wait,
it's the 9th, isn't the 9th?
The Tuesday, so 3rd and
yes, the
August the
3rd.
3rd, yeah.
August the 3rd. Thank you very much.
At 6?
Yep.
It's a short week this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, there will be a variance on that one.
We have no ordinances and resolutions. That takes us to roundtable. Does anybody have anything for roundtable?
On the round table, I'd like to bring up the American Legion. Jay was there too, and we're looking at the flag sites and everything. We're going to get everything. We hope to have everything ready by November 11th, and so we're getting prepared for that so we can have Veterans Day and have it there. And it'll be all 6 service flags along with our American flag. So it'd be a great thing to have there. And also I want to bring back, I know the kids don't want to hear it, but the museum, our new display is back to school time, and we got the old-fashioned textbooks and a school bench, and it's a very interesting thing at the museum if you want to come and look at it. We're really privileged to have a little museum like that in our village, and I guess Mr. Chambers does a real good job with that, and we change it around when we can, but it's a nice display to see.
I have a question about the flag display.
Yeah.
I know when the gentleman was here, and we all said they could put an American flag over there. Now it sounds like it's 6, you just said?
Well,
Are they gonna run that by council again for final
yeah, they'll be
approval?
coming back to council before anything
Because where's
happens.
that supposed to go over there?
Jay, if you remember, did we lay
So
out
what the
site?
plan was, where the flower bed is up front, to put the 6, they want the American flag more central, and then they'll have the 6 kind of lining up, the 6 services, including Space Force now, kind of out front. So that was kind of their plan, but like I said, that was just their discussion, but they haven't.
And they're gonna bring, the commanders coming here before anything ever happens.
But I think
so.
they have a few ideas, so they're gonna.
Yes, yes, so he
That was-
will be here for
I've just had a couple of residents express, concern. There's a huge American flag across the street, and there's also a war monument. So we have monuments on both sides of the street. Any chance of possibly combining them, or I just don't want. I guess I just need to see a plan.
Yeah. I know
So-
what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, the two of the commanders will be, long for this happen, they'll be answering all the questions in that part there.
Did they indicate any time that they might be coming back?
I haven't heard any indicators. I mean, the only question they really had on our side is there was any utilities running underneath that flower, which I think we said, electric, but they need to obviously call 811.
And then, Mayor, we're gonna be having a Legion meeting long before that, and I should have some information to tell at the next council meeting.
Okay. Anyone else for roundtable? All right, thank you very much. We're adjourned.
Quicker and quicker.
Slide through here real quick.
Last was
Sorry,
39 minutes ago.
That's okay.
36 minutes today. Everything I was gonna